Hi guys, and let me begin by wishing you all a very happy Onam. Chingam is the first month of the year according to the Malayalam calendar, and the 10 days that corresponds to the stars or the nakshatras from Atham till thiruvonam. We celebrate Onam in Kerala. Onam is a Malayali festival closely linked to nature and the culture of Kerala. We start by buying new clothes and mostly everything that we need in the household for a very prosperous Onam. For the same reason, today Onam is the peak time for all kinds of businesses, brands and industries here. And then we tie up an old rope in a very old tree to make a traditional swing where the children swing through the Onam days. Then of course there is the very famous pookalam where the people in the family, especially the children, go out in nature and collect all kinds of leaves and flowers, and we arrange them in very beautiful patterns. We are expected, or it was a tradition, to collect local endemic flowers like tumba or tetti and so on. We also had a lot of games associated with Onam and a lot of competitions also. The prime example for it is obviously the boat races. A lot of these games are disappearing in today's times. On the days from Uttradam to Chadayam or Avittam, we prepare a very lavish feast, a very traditional Malayali feast with 10 to even 30 or 50 dishes, and we prepare it for the entire family, the extended families who come to visit us during Onam. And right after the celebrations, we begin any auspicious and important things that we need to do in our lives. It could be education or business or marriage or expansion or anything, because Onam is considered very auspicious. We also know that Maveli or Mahabali is the central deity in all these celebrations. That is the overweight palm leaf umbrella wielding king who you get to see everywhere. And so is the Vamana Avataram and Lord Vishnu. From childhood, all Malayalis have heard this story about Onam, that Mahabali or Maveli was a very just, kind and most important of all, a very honest king who got to rule over the entire universe. The demigods led by Lord Indra was scared of Mahabali because of his power and his reach, and he approached Lord Vishnu to help him regain Swargaloka from Mahabali. And Lord Vishnu agrees to help Lord Indra, and he takes the form of Lord Vamana. He incarnates on earth or reincarnates on earth as Vamana, who is a Brahmana. He goes to Mahabali when he is conducting a very huge Ashwamedha Yajna, and during that Mahabali offers Vamana anything that he wants, and he asks for 3 pieces of land. So once Mahabali agrees to his strange request, Vamana grew in size and he became so large that he took the entire universe in just 2 steps. And there is no more place to keep the 3rd piece. So Mahabali offers his head, where Vamana keeps his feet and thereby banishing Mahabali to hell or Naragaloka. So Mahabali, before going to hell, asks Lord Vishnu's permission to come back every year to his favorite place and be with his very dear subjects on just one occasion, and that occasion became Onam. Now, if anyone feels very disturbed or even angry at this story of the martyrdom and sacrifice of Mahabali. You do not need to feel any of that because this story is a total BS. None of this, except for maybe asking for the 3 pieces of land, actually happens according to the authentic source of this mythology, that is Srimad Bhagavatam, which is written about Lord Vishnu. So last year I came across this fact and I made 2 videos about the real story according to Srimad Bhagavatam on how Onam came to be, or the entire story of Lord Vamana and Mahabali. So if you are interested to hear the full story without any embellishments, please go and check this video out. I have given the detailed story on how the entire ordeal with Vamana and Mahabali happened according to Srimad Bhagavatam. So what actually happened? I won't go into the story like I did in that video, but I will just say why anything that happened, again according to the mythology. So Mahabali was in fact a very kind, just, and most important of all, a very honest ruler. But he was also extremely egoistic, prideful, and greedy. He captured the entire universe in a very tricky way. So to show that all of the universe belongs to him or is his, he organizes this very lavish and extravagant yajna, and that is called the Ashwamedha yajna, one of the biggest and most auspicious yajnas ever according to the Vedic literature. Because he was a very kind and giving ruler, he promises to give anything to anyone if they come asking for it during this yajna. But if he is promising to give anything, that is only because he believes and feels that all of these things that he's giving away is his own, that all of those belongs to him to give away. And that's when Lord Vishnu appears in form of Vamana Deva to tell him or to make him realize that none of this belongs to him in the first place, that none of these things are his. All of that belongs to the Creator or the Godhead, also called the Parabrahma or Paramatma. But of course Mahabali doesn't see it, and in his arrogance he continues to discard whatever Lord Vamana is telling him, is advising him, and keeps on offering him the opportunity to ask him anything that he wants. So Lord Vamana is advising Mahabali on how to practice detachment and how to not have ego or pride and how these things are bad in the first place. But Mahabali doesn't listen. And that is when Lord Vamana asks for just 3 pieces of land. And at this point, Mahabali laughs at him and just tells him that, okay, if that's all that you want from me, then please, I will just give you 3 pieces of land. Lord Vamana assumes the form, his original form or the form of Lord Vishnu, and shows Mahabali that everything actually belongs to him, not to him. That everything actually belongs to Lord Vishnu, the sustainer of life or the sustainer of universe, not to Mahabali, a mere king. And on seeing the true form of Lord Vishnu or Lord Vamana, Mahabali repents and he understands, he realizes his mistake. He willfully relents to any sort of punishment that Lord Vishnu might give him. And at that moment, Mahabali realizes what his mistakes are: ego, pride, and greed. Lord Vishnu calls upon Lord Varuna to tie him up with his rope and to drag him to the hells. And that's when all the other gods, including Shiva and Brahma, were standing there witnessing all of this that's happening. Reminds or tells Lord Vishnu that he has already repented, that he has realized his faults, and he is ready for all the teachings and all the truth about the universe. So what is the reason to punish him now? And Lord Vishnu sees that And as soon as he sees that, he tells Mahabali that, you have now seen the ways of how life actually works in this universe. So now, because of your enlightenment or awakening, I will take you to Sudala, which is one of the lower realms, which is built by Vishwakarma himself. So Mahabali attains true knowledge at the end, that none of these things that we think as ours actually belong to us. That is the gist of the true knowledge that Vamana teaches Mahabali. The true message of Onam is not the martyrdom of Mahabali or the love of Mahabali to Kerala or Malayalis. Unfortunately, this is not a common story. So what is the message of Onam? Well, it's multifold. One, the just rule of Mahabali on the basis of kindness, altruism and sharing. Two, honesty and humility that Mahabali showed in front of Lord Vishnu, which was also one of the most difficult positions that he was ever put in. And he has that quality of humility and honesty shown in many other instances in his life as well. And third, letting go of our ego, attachment, pride and greed. Understanding that none of this that we actually call ours belong to us. So whom does it belong? So to whom does it belong? Well, for the Gnostics, also called as the atheists, it belongs to this universe, to the grand scheme of things that we call life, which we do not have any control over. And for the believers, it belongs to the creator or the sustainer of life and this universe, who gives us all what we need. So these are the messages that Onam gives us. And that is what Onam is all about. It's about being kind, it's about being just, it's about sharing, and most importantly, it's about practicing detachment and knowing the true knowledge of life. So that is the end of this video. And this is just a very, and as I have said, there is a very elaborate version to this story. So if you want to learn about that story, how the entire thing unfolded according to Srimad Bhagavatam, please go and check out my video that I made last year. I'm sure you will find it interesting. So, thank you for watching this one. If you liked it, please hit the like button. Share this video with others on this day of Onam. Have an awesome time and have a blast. Oh, don't forget to subscribe. I forgot that bit. Hi guys, and here is the first book I have written, Life in a Ziploc Bag. It's the story of 4 teens living in a city and the impactful reality of modern life, where we often chase love, intoxication and adventure. Does it seem like a story that you would be interested in? If so, please check it out on Amazon or Flipkart. And it's also available for direct buying from the publisher itself. All these links are given in the description. Grab your copy now. Thank you.